Hey guys, we got a great biz talk for you today. What not to do in the salon business. This is a rewind, but it's a great episode. Hope you enjoy it.
Today on the Biz Talk, we're going to talk about what you should not ever be doing when it comes to your salon business, when it comes to listening to what a lot of people out there are saying. We're going to tell you what you shouldn't do right now on the Biz Talk. This is an interesting topic that I'm very excited about discussing today.
I'm interested.
You curious?
I am.
I want to really talk about what you should not do. The single most important thing I'm going to say is you probably shouldn't listen to anything anyone says to heart, like down to every little, like you shouldn't take it to the point of like, oh my gosh, that's the answer, I'm going to do it. Even stuff that we say here, okay? What I prefer you do is you start executing daily and figure out what works for you in your business, okay? Part of the problem that I see is there's a lot of people in the industry, I'm going to speak about nails, that basically say you should do X, Y, and Z. Even myself, right? I do
Correct.
that.
Yeah. We have a guideline.
We do. We have a guideline.
Follow, but
Exactly. But ultimately, it's just a guideline. That's it. It's just a guideline. Nothing will get done and nothing will work exactly how anybody tells you when they give you a piece of advice, business advice. It never works out just like that. Like you have to go out and do things consistently every single day, and you've got to execute to your maximum potential. And that's the only thing that will ever help you in your business, salon, nail, influencer, Instagram success, whatever you're trying to accomplish. It's the only thing that will actually work.
right.
Ideas don't mean anything. Advice doesn't mean anything. If there's one biz talk that you're actually going to listen to, just like turn it off right now, just shut it off and just go start doing and executing against your plan. And there's probably a lot of you right now that are like, well, I don't know what my plan is. Yeah, that's exactly right. Join the club.
Changes daily.
Tracy, how often are we switching things up here and a lot of our conversation, how much of it is, what are we doing today? What do you think? What ideas do you have? How often do we do that? Seriously.
All the time. We'll stay down here till almost 9 o'clock at night, hammering out a plan. Mm-hmm. And then the very next morning, it's like, you know what?
That's not it. It's not working. It
doesn't feel right.
Doesn't feel right. It's not
it.
working. We tried it.
Failed.
It happens constantly.
Right.
It's like, so I will see some people like give some like formula to like, this is how you grow your Instagram account. You know, you've got to do A, B, and C, and D, and E. You know how you grow your Instagram account? You execute daily. So what does that mean? It means you post probably 6 times a day. I know that's, you're going to look at me and go, you're insane. I'm not insane. We don't even do 6 times a day.
We're almost there.
We're almost there. We're like at 4.
We're at 4. Yeah.
Instagram, like you're posting that much. And then
It's a lot.
You're going on other people's pages and you're adding value, you're commenting. And that's not even my plan. That came from another company that we learned from and that we've executed on, and it works.
Right.
But it doesn't matter. It's you have to put in the time and the work.
But even them, huge company, will tell you it doesn't always work.
Right.
Which was a surprise to us. We're like,
Right.
we're got our pens. We're like, just write everything they say down. They're like, but that might not work. Well,
Yeah.
wait, what?
It's true. In the biggest thing that I took away from, when we were given advice of how to grow our business and our social media, you know what the biggest piece of advice was that I got and that I do daily is test and learn. Test and learn. And so now every time I have a question of like, I wonder if this will work. And before I even send an email or a text out asking any questions to anybody, I first ask myself, have you tested and have you done the test and learn? Test and learn is basically, seriously, it's this. You try it. Did it work? No. Try something else. But it's volume.
It's not testing. You're actually just doing.
You're doing.
And then going, but what were the results?
What were the results?
And learn from the results.
That's exactly what it is. It's what we do here every single day. But here's the trick. Here's the secret. There's no secret. It's
The
volumes.
unsecret book.
There's no secret book. It's volumes of work
Yeah.
and content and trying things every day and experimenting and seeing what works and what it's such a puzzle. You know what I mean? Even like growing our business right now, what we're doing, we're trying to grow our business. Every business, all of our competitors, everybody's trying to do the same thing. We're all trying to grow our business.
Right.
We're doing the exact same thing of we're trying stuff and learning from it and seeing if it works and it doesn't work. And then we move on and we try something else. Like that's the ticket for social media growth, for engagement. Like people talk about engagement. You should engage on social media. Yeah. Yeah, you absolutely should.
What does that mean?
Yeah, what does that mean? You know what it means? It means when people comment, you comment back.
Yeah.
When people like your page, every once in a while, go on their page and like their stuff and then engage in theirs. Yeah, it's work.
It's work.
You have to put in time commenting, liking, commenting, going in, finding certain nail influencers that you like, commenting, liking, commenting over and over and over again in volumes, in mass amounts of time and energy put into it. And on your site, that's only one part of it. You have to create content. You have to create content consistently every single freaking day. And you got to post it. Like there's no magic of like, it drives me nuts, honestly. Like Tracy knows this. It drives me crazy when I see people give advice of like, if you want to grow your Instagram following, you should comment back. And then I go on to their page and I look and I'm like, dude, they're not commenting back on anything. Yeah. How are you giving advice that you're not taking yourself? It drives me nuts.
I think that's the frustrating part. Well, that worries me. And I love that people are willing to share. That's amazing. And I want everybody to share and to be positive towards one another. But it's, where are you getting your advice from?
Right. Huge.
I see many people who are giving salon advice who have never been in salon.
Correct.
Who never have owned a salon, but yet they're actually having classes and things on salon advice. And it's like, you got to, wherever you're getting your advice, you should really research who you're getting. And I'm not saying that we're the right people by any means, but are you getting salon advice from a person that has been in salon or has been dealing or has surrounded themselves with people that have been in salon and getting the advice?
Right.
Same thing with the influencers, same thing you were saying, right? Like someone giving advice about it, but you go to their page and they have 100 followers.
Right.
Good for them. They're working on it, but is that the person necessarily that you're going
to take advice
that
from?
You need to be getting your advice from?
And to Tracy's point, like maybe we're not the company that you take advice from, because we know there are people that don't want to take our advice from comments that we get in the comments section.
And we don't blame you.
No. Like seriously, it's insane. Yeah. You know what I mean? And so we may not be the company for you. It's fine. Go. That's the whole point of what we're trying to say. There's
so many people out there.
Correct. There's a certain amount of research that you do And then it's all execution. Yeah. It's all doing. Like when somebody tells you comment, it's like, okay, you have to go and comment. You know what I mean? It's hard for me to put into words how important it is to execute upon your theories of growing your channels, your social media influence, or your business. You have to try things. And the majority of the time people don't try things is because they're like, well, if I fail, I just wasted time. I've heard that quite a few times.
What if you succeed?
Well, what if you succeed? But when you fail, it's like, check that off the list. That did not work. That's how it's done.
Right.
That's how it's done.
And we fail no matter what we do at first. Walking, riding a bike,
everything,
dogging, whatever.
Yep.
You always fail first.
Right. Always.
Try again.
Yeah.
But yeah, we really live in an age of, there's so much information available and there's so many people out there giving it. And there's always these very, I don't even know what you would call them, like these sayings and these wordings that people have that are brilliantly put. But at the end, I read it and I go, what did that mean?
Right.
I'm not even sure what that meant, but I feel really good. You know what I mean?
I know exactly. It gets you pumped up.
Yeah.
Right.
But it's like, it's so important to do your research. And like I like what you're saying. It's just, you know what? There's only so much. We've talked about this before too. The people that research. Mm-hmm. Years later, I'm thinking about doing it. Research. Yeah. And it's like, but you're saying just do.
Yeah. I've heard one of the best pieces of advice that I've heard and I've taken to heart is don't, like from people that I respect, okay, in the business world. I've heard them say, don't do what I say. Watch what I'm doing and basically copy that. That right there, what that means to me is stop listening to the words coming out of my mouth and just execute how I'm executing. I'm posting multiple times. I better post. Seriously, I better post multiple times a day. I better put out multiple Instagram stories. I better put out 5 YouTube videos a week. Watching these very successful people with that have great engagement and very successful businesses and social media presence. That's all we've done is watch what they do, and we do the same thing. And we're seeing a lot of growth and success with our business right now. And it's only because of the execution behind it, the doing.
Patience.
Patience is huge.
Even the ones that we are following, that you are following, they'll tell you it took years. It didn't start off all that great. Their views on YouTube weren't that great.
Right.
Their Instagram wasn't that great. They started somewhere.
Yeah, you start somewhere. And the thing is that you've got to really be objective, and open to that failing, because that's how you learn. Mm-hmm. And if you think that you're going to do something in the first 6 months and it's going to be amazing, well, then it's going to be tough for you to grow because you already think you're good. There's no room to grow.
Bless you if it happens.
Awesome. And there are a very, 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 very small amount of people where that does happen. You know what I mean? But for 99.999% of us, it takes an enormous amount of time and work to put it in. So business advice that you should not take is pretty much all of it is what I'm saying, and just start doing, okay? The whole point of this episode is to get you into action. Stop listening even to what we're saying. You know what I mean? Like, just start doing it. If you never, ever, this is something that also stuck with me, I listen to so many different influencers and YouTubers, and one of them basically said, stop watching me and just start executing. And if you never watch my content ever again, I'd be so happy. And I was like, it just makes so much sense, and
Right.
I couldn't agree with it more. Like, stop listening to what everybody's telling you. And if you're going to put a channel together, just put it together and start posting. If you're going to go to YouTube, you can learn how to do everything on YouTube, but you have to start executing against your theories or your desires, what you want to be as a nail salon, nail tech, nail professional.
Love it.
You agree?
For the first time? Yes.
For the first time, we have come
I don't like
to.
it.
Well, Tracy, I appreciate it. Also, I appreciate everybody here on the Biz Talk. I really hope that you take this piece of advice and just shut it down and start executing.
So, turn us off.
Turn us off. I'm not kidding. Turn it off and start executing. We really, really do appreciate any of your take on this. Like, comment below. We'd love to hear your thoughts on executing. For those of you that are out there executing every single day, let us know how you're executing. Let us know what you're doing on a daily basis with social, with your business, with Salon, with your clients, whatever it is. And with that, say thank you for joining us, and we will see you next week on the Biz Talk.
Yeah.